Well, hello, yellow fellas. It's Friday, so shall we sing it together? It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Did you sing it? I highly doubt it, but I'm still here and I'm still singing. So let's get started today with the digestive system and let's pick up where we left off yesterday. All right, so if all has gone well since yesterday, hopefully what you've done is you have finished saving McKenna's life. If you have not, then I think you have a little bit of extra homework to do tonight. But moving forward, we're going to now transition from breathing into eating, okay? And so where we left off on the respiratory system was about the idea that the whole reason that we're breathing is to get oxygen out to our cells so they can do cell respiration, and to get carbon dioxide away from the cells, which is a waste product of cell respiration. So as we learned way earlier this year, oxygen is not the only thing that we need for cell respiration. We need something else. So do you guys have any idea what that is? Perhaps by looking right here. Glucose is the other ingredient or reactant that we need for cell respiration. And so now when we transfer from breathing in oxygen, we're going to start to talk about eating glucose, okay? Now, not only are we eating for glucose, we're going to find out in this unit too that we're also eating to give our body all the materials it needs to build itself. So therefore, at this point, let's take a little flip to the next slide and get a little bit of a concept in here. Okay, your digestive system, it's one really big, long tube. It's got a few extra organs attached to it, which we'll get to those as well. But we're going to start so far with the big ideas, all right? Big idea number one is that the food that's on your plate, maybe in front of you right now, who knows, has to be broken down into such a way where your cells can use it. And you remember when we talked about cells, cell membranes are incredibly small. You saw them under the microscope. We need molecules to be able to pass through that membrane inside that cell, so that cell can use the nutrients from our food to build itself and to power itself. So therefore, a lot of our digestive system is just going to be about breaking down the food. However, once we break it down, our next step is to absorb it. The idea here is, with everything we're eating, if we can't get it into our body, we can't use it. And so we have a whole section of our digestive system that's about absorbing nutrients into our bloodstream. Thirdly, there's also a lot of water, liquids, in what we eat. Towards the end of our digestive system, around this area, we're going to start to absorb a lot of water out of it. We can use that water, it helps us not dehydrate. So by the time we pull all the water out of it, yes, we are left with that so famous stuff called feces, or in your world, poop. And so that's kind of where we're going to be beginning with this whole concept here. So one quick little demonstration while I have you. Here's a straw. Here's one of those barbecue shish kebab skewers. So right now, the skewer is inside the straw. So I have a question for you. The skewer's in the straw, but the skewer isn't really in the straw. What do I mean by that? Let's say it again. This skewer is in the straw, but it's not in the straw. What do I mean by that? I'm going to give you a second to think about it. Okay. Did you think of this? That the skewer is surrounded by the straw. It is not part of the straw. It is passing through a tube that goes from one end of the straw to another. So in a sense, what goes in one side, yikes, can come out the other side. How is this like digestion? Well, loosely based. Here's your mouth. Here's the other end. It's called the anus. We can call it butt. How's that? So, if this were to represent a meal, here's what the digestive system has to do. As the meal goes in your mouth, it keeps moving and it doesn't stop moving. Ever so slowly, maybe 24 hours, maybe even a little longer. And as it moves through this tube, AKA your body, what you need to do is to be able to suck as many nutrients out of this before it comes out the other end as poop. So the whole idea of what ends up in the toilet is what your body didn't take out of your meal. The point, though, is to try to get as much as you can from what you ate. And so therefore, we have a whole bunch of digestive organs that are going to help break down the food, absorb it, get the water, and throw away the rest. That's the big idea that we're going to be going for. So you guys, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to watch a little video about this and answer a few questions. And after that, there's going to be a small Google form that you're going to answer a couple questions, just so I get some feedback to make sure that you guys are with me and that you get the big idea. All right, so see you tomorrow. Have a great night and stay healthy. Bye-bye, guys.